coming in the door. Okay. Good morning, everyone. We ready to get started? First of all, it is such a pleasure to see a full room of all of the integrity officers, commissioners, and everybody else. So thank you all for coming. First, I'd like to recognize the commissioners and the deputy mayors who are here. I know that the work of the integrity officers that they do with us takes them away from their regular jobs. And so we really appreciate you lending your integrity officers to us. I also want to recognize Judge I.D. Fox, who is going to be here today to swear you in. Judge Fox has been on the bench since 1988, and she has served in family court and supervising judge of the Civil Trial Division. So we are especially honored to have her here today to swear you in. I want to thank Mayor Kenney. Since he took office, Mayor Kenney has always emphasized the importance of integrity and honest government. He always affirms that integrity has to be the cornerstone of all of our work in government. So I'm confident that he is going to continue to support our work, support the Integrity Officer Program, and give us the tools and the budget that we all need to be successful. Most of all, I want to thank the integrity officers. I cannot say enough about how important your work is and how we rely on you to do our jobs. We need you more than anything to further our mission of ensuring an honest government. One of the greatest tools that we have in the city to keep the city free from fraud and corruption is the cooperation between the different departments. When we stand together as partners, we are smarter and stronger than when we stand alone. And you, as integrity officers, are our most important and greatest partners. I'd like to take a few minutes to just talk about the accomplishments of 2018, all of which could not have been done without the help of the integrity officers. You've probably seen our annual report outside, and I will just take a few minutes and summarize some of the key things that are in there. First and most important, in 2018, the Office of the Inspector General, together with you guys, saved and recovered over $10 million. That is more than 9 times our budget. So I think that it is probably a good investment for us to keep doing what we're doing. About $1.7 million of that came from 30 different suspensions, demotions, and terminations in various different departments. And those were cases such as theft of time, where people might have misrepresented their timesheets or leave requests. There were several cases of people collecting unauthorized commercial trash out of the streets department, and often outside their assigned sectors, and sometimes in exchange for cash. We had several cases of people violating the secondary employment rules. In fact, one employee filed a false field visit sheets reporting inspections were done when actually that person was teaching a class at a college. We had several residency cases, and we also were very active in our contract compliance unit this year. There was a case where a company did not get right-of-way permits for 94 different projects, and there was a $160,000 recovery in that case. These cases are so important because they affect the morale of the city. And we need to send a strong message that no matter what people do that violates the rules, they're going to be held accountable. All of you, 99.9% of the people who work for the city of Philadelphia are honest and hardworking and come to work every day just to do your jobs. We want to make sure the small percentage of people who are doing something wrong don't tarnish the reputations of all of you and the rest of the city employees. We also had about $1.9 million saved in pension disqualifications this year, and that is for city employees who are convicted of crimes in relation to their jobs. And we have a program where those people are disqualified from receiving pensions. And we had 10 criminal convictions and enforcements this year. That resulted in over $3.5 million in restitution and $2.5 million in fines and forfeiture. And those were cases regarding nonprofit embezzlements, false deeds, and extortion. I think what these statistics don't show is that things are changing in the city of Philadelphia. We are policing ourselves, we're cleaning our own house, and we are giving the public confidence in city government. Looking forward, we have several things that we are expecting in 2019. First, we have a new outreach program. We have a new Deputy Inspector General, Derek Riker, who's sitting back there, and he has been going around to different departments doing specific training that in the different departments you've requested. We also continue our partnership in criminal cases with federal law enforcement, with the Attorney General, with the District Attorney, and with the Controller's Office. We continue to work with the Board of Ethics. And mostly important, we continue to support city policies. We do it regarding nonprofit investigations, contract compliance cases. We support the opioid lawsuit, the rebuild program, whistleblower protection, and also we support the Inspector General's office in the school district. Before I turn this over to Ellen Kaplan, who of course, as you all know, is our partner in integrity, I want to recognize Nicole Harrington. Where is Nicole? Nicole is hiding in the corner there, but you all know Nicole as your contact in the Inspector General's office, and she is leaving us to go back home to North Carolina. We are going to miss her enormously. But I want to introduce Talia Grimmage, who is, where's Talia? Stand up, Talia. Talia is going to take Nicole's place, and she is going to be your contact person from here on in. She's been with us for 5 years. She's one of our excellent investigators, and I'm sure she will serve you well. So thank you all very much, and let me turn this over to Ellen Kaplan.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for being here. This has been a long-standing meeting, and unfortunately, we were superseded by the City Council's budget schedule, so the Mayor's office testimony starts at 10 o'clock, so I apologize if I have to run out in the middle of this ceremony. But again, I wanted to say thank you to all of you for helping to promote integrity, ethics, transparency, and access in city government. It helps, of course, that we have a champion in Mayor Kenny, who really is so supportive of our work, and I can tell you that firsthand because I sit closer to him than anybody else except for his personal assistant, so he has to walk by me about 100 times a day, and really your support is really so important and very, very much appreciated. So thank you. As you know, the Integrity Officer program was expanded last year so that the Office of the Chief Integrity Officer, which sounds like it must have a lot of people, but really it's only myself and Deputy Chief Integrity Officer Crystal Baker, who's over there. It really we needed people in the various departments who could help spread the word about ethics rules so that employees understand what they can and cannot do before accepting an invitation to conferences or to go on trips or before accepting gifts. And I'm really proud to say that the word really has gotten out, and a lot of that is because of the work of the integrity officers in the various departments. So now, I don't know, I wasn't here before before the mayor started, but Amy can probably attest to the fact that we get many, many letters from employees who return gifts that are not appropriate, and we all really do appreciate that. When you write to us, let us know that you have reached out to various people who try to give you gifts. And by the way, a lot of that really is not with any intention other than to say they so appreciate the hard work you do. That said, that doesn't mean that we can accept gifts, because as public servants, we are not permitted to do that except in very, very limited situations. But I have to say that my all-time favorite is when somebody in OIT got a Nerf gun. Now, I don't really understand what that was all about and what kind of message that sent. But the employee had to write back to somebody and say, thank you very much, can't accept this Nerf gun. But I will say that we did put it to good use. As you know, if there are gifts that you can't accept, sometimes you have to share them with a charity, and we do in the mayor's office all the time. We send things to the Office of Homeless Services, or you have to share it with your colleagues if you get perishable items like food, and of course we do quite a bit of that in the mayor's office. But also you can give it out to auction, which is what we did with this Nerf gun. And so the Nerf gun, I'm happy to say, it was Municibid, $6. It sold for $6 on Municibid, and that was really, I think, probably the most unusual gift and inexplicable gift that we've seen. But again, I think that we really do thank you for helping us spread the word, and also for letting us know when there are various issues in your department where you think your employees need extra training. Crystal and I and Amy also, and the Board of Ethics, were always happy to come out and urge you, for those of you who work for departments that have people out in the field that may not have phila.gov addresses, we need to reach them too. And it's not just those of us who are here in City Hall or MSB or 1515. A lot of city workers work way out in the field, and we need to make sure they understand the rules. So I'm extending the offer. We'll come at 6 o'clock in the morning. I think Amy and Joan Markman went out once to some sanitation trucks at 6:30 or something, and we will come anytime, ask us, do the training, and please keep up the good work. It is very much appreciated. Thanks so much. And I'm introducing, this is Mayor Koenig.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here another year to recognize dedicated city employees who are committed to helping us ensure that our government works for every citizen. I want to thank Inspector General Amy Curlin, Chief Integrity Officer Ellen Kaplan, and the hardworking staff of the Office of the Inspector General and Office of Chief Integrity Officer for keeping our government honest and effective. Also want to thank Judge Fox again for who will be swearing in the new integrity officers she did last year, I think in the year before, if I'm not mistaken. No, just last year. All of us here today chose a life of public service, which I believe is one of the best paths that one can take in your career. As public servants, it's our duty not only to show up on time and meet deadlines, but also to serve our city with integrity and with the needs of Philadelphians in mind. Public service is also about using the resources available to you to help others, honestly and ethically. This is what we are always aiming for, and we continue to make progress with the help of our dedicated city staff. And I want to congratulate Raymond Jackson, Waste Collection District Supervisor for the Streets Department, on receiving this year's Joan Markman Award for Integrity from the Office of the Inspector General. Ray, I thank you for going above and beyond and helping us better serve the residents of our city. Please stand up. Thank you. Together, we are building a Philadelphia that we all can be proud of, and have made great strides to create an effective government thanks to remarkable public servants like Ray and others. The work of the Office of the Inspector General, the Office of the Chief Integrity Officer, and the integrity officers here today has enabled us to rebuild the trust Philadelphians have in city employees. Integrity officers are essential for us to root out fraud, corruption, employee misconduct, and inefficiency. We need you to continue to model what integrity and honesty looks like in city government and continue your work with the OIG and the CIO to help them solve ethical issues within city government. I thank you all for not just showing up, doing your assigned duties and going home, but for taking on the responsibility of being an integrity officer and investing in the betterment of our city. I am confident that with your help, we can make Philadelphia city government even better. Thanks again for being here. Thanks for your commitment. Thanks for your work. And thank you for being a city employee. Thanks.
Let me introduce Judge Fox once again, and if all the integrity officers will please stand.
If those individuals being sworn in would raise their right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of this Commonwealth, and the Philadelphia Home Rule Charter. And I will discharge the duties of my office and my position as integrity officer with fidelity. Congratulations.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, when I call your name, if you will please come forward, we have a very small token for you, which has been approved by the Chief Integrity Officer. Okay. Soledad Alfaro. Jane Baker. Thank you. Frank Beatrice. Michelle Bethel. Michelle Brisbane. Misty Caleb. Sandra Carter. Our honoree, Ray Davis. Ray. What? Oh, I said Ray Davis. I'm sorry. I skipped. That's okay. Ray Davis. Too many Raymonds here. Okay. Ralph DiPietro. Mark DiSilvestro. Our own Nicole Harrington. Where is she? I'm right here. Oh, okay. Danielle Henderson. Carla Hill. Maria Holmes. Valerie Hosendorf. Where's Valerie? There she comes. Okay, Ellen Kaplan. Shahid Lloyd. Bernardino Lopez. Kathleen McColgan. Thank you. Joe Messina. John Mondlock. James Morse. And Jeffrey Orlin. Ann Pascarella. Robert Rasler. Stephen Robertson. Tara Saunders. Abby Fells, sorry. Sorry. Kenneth Shepard. Sarah Stevenson. Wayne Stokes. Craig Straw. Stephanie Tipton. LaShonda Tompkins. Donna Trent. Greg Vrado. Leslie Walker. Robin Wimberly. And Linda Yurkov. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay, I'm going to announce the Joan Markman Award now. Okay? Okay. I have the honor now of introducing, presenting the Inspector General's Joan Markman Award for Integrity. This award was previously the Inspector General's Integrity Award, but after Joan Markman, who was our first integrity officer, passed away, it was renamed and reestablished in Joan's memory and to honor her legacy. We are very proud to honor Joan. She was a tremendous public servant, and she was responsible for many, many good changes in government. A more open and honest government, and to just have integrity as a way of life. She inspired all of us to make hard choices and to make the right choices every day. Her mark will be permanent in the city. We were very lucky to have her as the Chief Integrity Officer, and I was happy to have her as my partner and my friend. Joan would be especially proud that Ellen Kaplan is carrying on her legacy and continuing to ensure that we have an honest and open government. So, in Joan's name, I am pleased to present the award this year to Ray Jackson from the Streets Department. So let me tell you a little bit about Ray and his work. Ray has been our integrity officer from Streets for 5 years. He has worked very closely and very extensively with the Inspector General's office. Commissioner Carlton Williams nominated Ray for this award, and I'll read a little bit of Mr. Williams' nomination. Raymond has worked tirelessly to ensure that all Streets Department employees perform their duties in a manner that exhibits honesty and integrity. His role as the integrity officer helps reduce corruption that can erode public trust. In addition, Raymond assists the department with quality control measures to make sure our employees are professional and courteous with service delivery. These attributes are extremely important for the department's effectiveness. Ray may be one of our busiest integrity officers. As you know, trash and recycling are picked up every single day, and so we at the Inspector General's office get complaints virtually every single day. We call we call Ray at least once a week with issues such as sanitation workers soliciting tips, illegal trash collection, and many, many other things. We call him constantly. And Ray knows everything there is to know about the streets and the sanitation division. On the rare occasion that he doesn't know the answer, he always points us in the right direction. Nicole, who deals with Ray regularly, tells me that he even apologizes if he can't get back to her immediately. So with Raymond's help, our streets department investigations have resulted in significant things. We've had 23 instances of employment discipline for proven misconduct during his tenure. We've had 2 enforcement actions and compliance agreements for different contractors who have tried to skirt the rules. And the savings and recovery from the streets department in the last 5 years is over $700,000. We could not have done any of this in the streets department without Ray Jackson. Ray is a pleasure to work with. He is everything that an integrity officer should be. He is discreet, he's resourceful, he's reliable, and he's vigilant. And he is always available and ready to help. He is a huge, huge asset to the city of Philadelphia. And Joan Markman would be pleased that Ray is the recipient of the award this year. So I'm pleased to present the award. So this award comes with $1,000 and also with 2 tickets to an event in the mayor's box. I'll turn this over to Ray.
Thanks, everyone. I'd like to thank the mayor and Ms. Amy and Ms. Kaplan and your staff for all your support. I'd like to also thank my commissioner, Colton Williams, my administration, Gary Howe, Wanda Jones, Troy Cooper, and my immediate supervisor, William Smith. And first and foremost, and finally rather, I'd like to thank my family for their major support and all that they do in what I do, and all my transparency in my work and my commitment and dedication. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all for coming, and as always, thank you for your help.